Good morning. It's the weekend before Christmas. We're going to continue our giveaways. Plus, we're going to continue our series on cholesterol and statins. So we're going to have a wonderful show today. And good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Patrick Flynn, and welcome to this morning's A Different Perspective. I am always so glad and excited you guys join me on Saturday mornings or watching it post-show on our website, on ADP, on all of our YouTube channels or Facebook. So thank you so much for always joining us. We always put so much effort to our wonderful show. And if you ever want to come to a show, we have people in studio all the time. And we always like to give a little away extra gifts when you guys come in studio here. So we're so excited to actually have a wonderful show today. It's the weekend before Christmas. Families are traveling all over. Some of my docs are traveling all over the United States. And so it's kind of exciting watching them go home and celebrate some of our new docs that way. And I want to thank everybody that's still here doing stuff like our amazing team that we have behind the scenes. And you can see our wonderful dancing snowman and our snow. I just got to say this, I'm always going to brag about our team because most of you guys get to see me up here. And it's kind of funny. It's like my daughter last night, we had a Christmas program. And it's kind of funny because, believe it or not, you're gonna laugh about this. My wife's really the performer. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I just speak a lot. And all of a sudden, like, oh, she's a performer just like her daddy. It's like, actually, no, the mother was a performer and everything. So it's kind of funny. We were laughing about that last night. But that being said, we're just so excited for the things that we have going on here on a regular basis. Which, for example, I want you guys to remind you, as you can see, remember, through the whole year, we have our challenge pages, okay? We have the challenge that we do 4 times per year. And our biggest one by far is always the No Sugar January. April Detox is a new one we're doing this year. July Protein was this year for the first time. And also October was our Sleep Challenge for the first time. So what we're doing during that time is this. These challenges are not more than these 4 things will be really good for overall health. They don't cost anything. You go onto the Wellness Way Challenge page. All free information just for you guys to have good habits. I've always said this. Good habits lead to good health. So therefore, everything we're going to teach you during time is just how to avoid the highest glycemic foods during time that can kind of keep the blood sugar more stable and everything. So we'll have hundreds of thousands of people join us. We had the same thing last year. So many people across the country join us. Because remember, we have all the offices and all docs across the world getting their patients to involve. But even if you're not a patient, join us. The page is free. Jump on our challenge page. Interact and talk with us that way. And what we always try to do is we try to give great resources. So you can see right here, very exciting. Our new content, we have our No Sugar Companion Book, okay? You can go to the store.thewellnessway.com/books and get it. We have new sugar recipes that Christy and some of our team have put in, but it's kind of neat. You can do it right here. Take the challenge, guys. Come do it with us. Yes, you will be able to have basically no sugar the whole time, which is great. It's difficult, there's no doubt. You can go to the QR code to the right there if you want and order it. And it's going to be absolutely phenomenal for you in every single way. And look I got one of the first copies. Erin was so excited. She actually brought this to me right away, said it, and I went through it. It's fantastic. And I can honestly tell you, obviously, yes, my material is in here, but our journalists, our writers, our docs put all this together to give you a step-by-step thing. And look at these, even look at these beautiful pictures in here. Erin, I didn't realize there was colored pictures in here. Isn't it great? I have no clue that this stuff is in here. And so that because my wonderful team does such a wonderful job for you guys and stuff. So you can bring this, it's something you can have in your kitchen, wonderful recipes, everything like that. So I'm so excited. Speaking of excitement, let's take a look here of the giveaways that we do have. Oh, I love doing this. We're in December 21st, and even next week, post-Christmas, we're giving away. But guess what? We're going to continue to give more things away, so I want to turn it over. And we have a new doc that's been interning with us, Dr. Allen. He'll tell you where he's going here as soon as he's done interning with us. But to my left, you will see the wonderful Erin Walton, the beautiful Christy Flynn, and Dr. Allen. So welcome. Good morning, you guys. Hope you guys are having a good time over here. And yes, good morning.
Good morning. We're so excited to be here Saturday morning. I'm excited to introduce Alan. I've said this so many times. I've got the best job in the world. I get to meet the coolest people and hang out with everybody. So Dr. Alan, introduce yourself. Tell us where you'll be.
Awesome. Thank you, Erin. My name is Dr. Alan Cook. I'm from Ohio, and I'm going to be working in the Ada, Ohio Wellness Way. Big hello to Dr. Todd, Kelsey, and Alicia over there. Can't wait to join you guys. And I'm going to currently be finishing up my internship in the Wellness Way, Green Bay, to be a chiropractor.
Fabulous. And tell us how they win.
You win by interacting in the chat. So we're going to be live on Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and the ADP website. So comment, and we'll get you a giveaway.
Fabulous. I'm over here on the ADP website, so excited. Remember, we do have terms and conditions for some of those prizes, so check them out on the ADP website. And we have so much interest in our academy, so be sure to email us your story to the academy team, academy@thewellnessway.com, so that we can get you into that drawing for the tuition awards. So I also have to say thank you to Christy for your help with that no sugar book.
Oh,
and
yes.
all the new recipes. There's no new recipes, you guys. Check out
And
the no sugar
those
book.
beautiful pictures. That was my daughter. That
Yes.
was Trinity.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So it's really exciting
Full-
to see her do what she loves.
Yes, full team. So fabulous. Thank you for your help. So what else are we giving away today?
What else? Well, we've got another bundle. Okay, it's the holidays. Are you stressed out yet?
No?
So this is stress relief bundles. So basically, a few items from this lovely display here. I'll name some of the things like California poppy, relax, kava, ashwagandha,
Yeah.
potassium, CBD, schizandra, some organic teas. There's chocolate, of course, greatest stress reliever, and some merch. So if you are interested in one of the bundles, this type in bundle, and again, interact with us throughout the show, and you might just be a winner.
Yeah, so type in bundle for a bundle chance. Type in new patient if you are not an already existing patient, and we can get you set up on some of those. We're excited to chat with you.
I'm going to give another one away. So, who wants a cookbook? Make sure you type in cookbook. Let me know, interact with me throughout the show, and you might just be a winner.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Allen, Aaron, and Christy. We're going to come back to them more towards the end of the show, but they're going to interact. We also have all the people behind the scenes that are in the other room interacting on the other pages. We're on everything from TikTok to Facebook and Instagram, all things. And X, which will become one of my favorite platforms, obviously, because I'm an Elon Musk fan and everything. So I want to support his work and free speech and everything that he's doing. So speaking of something that gets a little bit more discount, we have our 12 days of Christmas. You can see right here, we have all the slides of all the supplements that have been going out live every day, kind of covering it. And as you can see, once again, yesterday we had ashwagandha and astragalus this week, and digest well, and Sandra and albizia, all those wonderful things. But you can go and still look and get some of the discounts from there. But I will tell you the thing that is to sell in like hotcakes, like Chrissy said, her from scratch book. But you also, during this bundle, you get an I Disagree book, you get an I Still Disagree book, and think for the same price as just the book itself. So trust me, you can still get it shipped out on Monday if you order right now. Obviously, because like I said, I shut my shipping down on the weekends just because I like my people to have their wonderful weekends. But you can get it now, and then we will continue to get books to people all over the world. It's kind of funny. Yes, guys, we're working on international shipping. It's just sometimes more expensive than the book itself. You'd be surprised. It's kind of crazy. But it's been a great holiday season with everything going on. We continue to celebrate. We will celebrate Christmas all the way into January just because we love the holiday so much. We want to take our Christmas decorations down until probably February. It's so exciting. Now, speaking of exciting, just remember, as we have our wonderful journalist, Aaron, and the rest of the team, Betsy, and also Lauren, and everybody writing our great articles and researching and digging deep that way. Remember, go to our website. You can follow up on our newsletter. All you have to do is go there, scroll all the way down to the bottom, just put your email in there. We share everything, recaps of shows, things that you can purchase, things like that. It's just pure information that people love to have and see that way. But remember, I always tell people the most exciting part of our website is if you go to the top right, click on the Find the Clinic button. As you can see, I know Ohio's covered on that one by a little bit of extra offices that way, but Dr. Todd will be having Dr. Alan Cook join him here very soon as he's finishing up on his internship. But once again, we have more docs go to more offices, and we have more open up every single month. So it's always exciting seeing that. So speaking of things that are totally exciting, I apologize because I had people tell me, oh my goodness, Doc, you forgot to talk about your leadership and longevity seminar. Yes, it's coming up May 2nd and 3rd. We have about 4.5 months for it to be here. I've already got a couple other speakers, which as a turn of the year, we'll start talking about the Leadership and Longevity Conference. But the reason I want to bring it up is this. No joke, guys, January 1st, the prices do go up. This year, I will raise the prices compared to last year. But right now, everybody that went last year, we already have hundreds and hundreds of people signed up. I think we have probably half the tickets sold already. But I will tell you this, they do go up January 1st from $50 to $100. And then actually March 1st, they go up to $150. Even the virtual tickets go up as of January 1st. So don't forget, go to leadershipandlongevity.com, or you can find it through the Wellness Way website. And this will allow us to do, keep the price down for you for a 2-day seminar with experts and fun. I think your swag bag gives you $200 worth of prizes and products in there. We literally give you an awesome bag that you can use year round. Plus, we had just like 4 different supplements in there. I think that was $200 and everything. And just the seminar, once again, is made for the community. I'm a big community person. I love that we had our great North Pole event, and over 500 people from the community showed up, and the TV and radio and everything showed up like crazy to just our community. I love Green Bay. I love all communities, but all of our offices are very good about just celebrating our communities and trying to bring good things to them. That's what Leadership and Longevity is, even though we do broadcast it virtually. So we have thousands of people online watching it. And this year it's going to be a little different format. I can never keep everything the same. It's always got to get better. And that's one thing I love about it. So that being said, guys, let's move into our perspective that we continue on our series that we are doing now. All right, here we go. So we're going to continue our series on cholesterol and statins. I literally got so many messages last week following up on the things that they can discuss with their doctor. And I had one woman say, hey, listen, as I'm talking about cholesterol and statins, they went to their doctor. It gave them great information that they could have some dialogue with these guys. And it was interesting. They ended up in a fight. This is not a joke. When you have an opposite perspective that way, it makes you start questioning people. And if they really cared about you instead of about trying to force their information down that way, they just say, okay, listen, here's what we believe that way, and here's what they believe, and then you get to choose on there. But they do it. They try to degrade. They try to do things. It's really funny. Whenever you can't attack the message, you have to attack the messenger. And so remember that as you start to share this information with everybody. But what we're going to do is we're going to recap and build upon what we did. I'm going to try to do a fast recap and then build upon a thing that I believe is going to blow your mind away. Something that you've never heard of before, even though this is kind of standard when you have a different perspective like us in the Wellness Way approach. But also, once again, it's going to be so easy to look up and understand. And I want you to really take the things I'm going to share with you today and bring this to your doctors that want to push and talk about LDL causing heart disease that way, because it's such a fallacy in so many ways. But let's start here. Let's take a look. Let's redefine it again. Cholesterol is a type of lipid, a fat that is essential. I love that word, essential, for the body to function properly. It's a waxy fat-like substance found in cells of the body and in certain foods. Cholesterol plays several critical roles, including, number one, I love this, just cell membranes. Our cells are made of it. Number 2, hormone production. It's been a big part of my life, my whole career. Vitamin D synthesis, where we're going to find out how important that is today. And bile production. All these things have such a wonderful factors that are essential for life. If you got rid of all your cholesterol, you're done. Do you understand? You're done. And that's why I kind of, find it the contradictory part of what they teach on it that way, because they try to demonize it. And then they say, but, and I tell people, when everybody says, but, everything after that's usually a lie or made up or trying to justify their concept that they don't really have something in the back. Now remember, if you take a look here, you can see that cholesterol interplays in the bilipid membrane that way. These are all cells. It helps regulate temperature, regulate fluids. There's so many things that can happen. Now, when there's damage to the cell membrane, there's going to things that have to happen. I've used this example before. I said, something is this. I legitimately, our garden, the first year I had a garden, I remember putting our hose out there, brought the hose back in for the winter. I didn't really totally get the whole thing, water cleared out. We get very cold, like this morning, Duck Devin, my son-in-law, we were driving in this morning. At 6 a.m., it was 0 degrees. Well, back then I didn't have a heated garage, so the water within the hose actually expanded the hose and left little cracks. So next following summer, when I put it in there, it sprung a leak. Well, once again, would you want an artery to spring a leak like that? So as you can see from the graphic right here, no. So there's going to be some injury that can happen to arteries. There's many reasons why. Go back and watch it. And then your body's going to give cholesterol and help clot it, repair. And then you're going to notice there's going to be some plaque buildup. Totally understand. I actually want that to happen due to the fact that, hey, listen, if there's any damage to that, what can go on? So we really start to look at this. So does cholesterol cause a problem or does it respond to a problem? Okay, and how does it respond? Well, here's what happens this. I want you to think about this. If I need hormone production, my body actually can produce some within the cells itself, but then when there's higher demand, it actually releases cholesterol from the liver. You understand the vast majority, 2/3 or more, is made from liver itself. And it circulates through our whole system, and it's carried by certain proteins. So let's take a look at these things. There's types of cholesterol, even though I hate to say types, there's really types of carrier proteins. Cholesterol is carried in the blood by lipoproteins. There's different ones. LDL, they try to demonize it as bad cholesterol. HDL, which actually is the same exact structure, just actually less fat and triglyceride in there, cholesterol and triglyceride in there, so it's more high dense. Very low dense, once again, it's even smaller. In triglycerides is just, once again, fat that has been converted usually from overconsumption of sugar. But I want to put this into your head and understand this. The body makes most of its cholesterol needed in a day from the liver, okay? And that's important to know because I've always said there's just some simple basic things. When did your liver start making normal stuff that's bad for your heart? I mean, just think of the concept right there. You say, you know something, my body's so dumb, it's gonna make something every day by a high level that circulates through our system that's gonna destroy your body, okay? See, when you understand that there's an innate intelligence, see, that's one thing I love about being a chiropractor. I love it. Now, once again, I can go through my undergraduate degrees and my postgraduate degrees and all stuff of this, but the one thing I love about being a chiropractor was the fact that they taught us in school that there's an innate intelligence that governs your body. Don't believe me? Cut your finger. Don't believe me? Step on or smash your toe. Don't believe me? Walk out in the 0-degree weather with just shorts on and no shirt on, if you're a male, and stuff like that. And or walk out in a bikini if you're a woman outside. Your body's going to do everything it can to adapt to your stupidity. Do you understand? And it's going to make changes that you might not even like. So then we come along and say, you know something, I'm so smart that what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tell the body what it needs to do and I'm going to manipulate it. Okay? And how do we do that? Well, there's certain pathways the liver must go through in order to produce cholesterol. And guess what happens? It's right here. It's a very simple pathway, and this is mapped out and known. They say, well, what if we can see over to the bottom right, there's cholesterol over there. What if we can interfere in trying to convert from A to B, B to C, C to D, C, try to get to Z where cholesterol is? And what if we just create something to inhibit one of those pathways and inhibit that thing? And that's why you see that statin drugs are known as HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors. But look over to the right. Not only is cholesterol inhibited, we talk a lot about coenzyme Q10, which is essential for the mitochondrial function and even muscle repair and growth. Sterols, dialcohols, and actually heme A. And that's why there's so many major side effects that do come from this, And so I want you to understand that it just doesn't make any sense. And so what they're trying to do, and they try to look and say, well, if we drive this down, well, you might have less plaque. I'm not even going to disagree there might be less plaque. But is that the whole story? See, understand this. There has to be more to the story. There has to be. Guess what? There is. So I want to teach you something. And if there's one thing I want you to do is I want you to write this word down when I show it to you. Because I guarantee you have never heard of this. I guarantee the fact that this is not even discussed. It's all over all the medical journals. And I will tell you this. I'm going to pull up a great medical journal, and I've got several of them. They're on our website too. I always love my references. But I want you to think about this. Is if you were to discuss this with your doctor, I guarantee they don't even know what the word is. You say, Doc, that's pretty arrogant. No. Medical research and medical practice don't match up unless there's a pharmaceutical intervention. That's why you never see this. And there's nothing that they can do to actually help this process. So therefore, when I share this with you, it's going to blow your mind away. And then I'm going to show you all the research that backs it in their literature. And I'll show you what the hell are they doing. They're just so clueless when it comes to normal function in the human body. They're so clueless on the essentials that the body needs. And yes, I'm telling you right now, your doctor is clueless about it. Because all I have to do is take this information. Remember, Saturday mornings are nothing more to something to educate you so you can know better to do better. And then take this stuff and take it to them. And so here we go. Here's the word I want you to think about. Glycocalyx. Glycocalyx. What the heck is that? Well, let's get into the details of it that way. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. But here's one of the great research articles. I have several listed on our website and things like that. In atherosclerosis, relevant to endothelial function as a therapeutic target, okay? So glycocalyx, just remember that, okay? I want you to write that word down. I want you to bring it the next time that they actually talk about cardiovascular disease and lipids causing cardiovascular disease and so that, because they always say cause when you go to the doctor. Yet they say, but if you ever look at the research, it said may increase the risks, may. But I will show you where their lipid hypothesis is vastly lacking. Now I will give you an end stage to this. If you have a reduced glycocalyx, guess what happens? The lipid hypothesis has some validity. Wait, doc, you're confusing me. No. You have to have A happen before you can get to C and D. They jump right C to D and try to blame it. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go through what the glycocalyx is in just a second, and it's going to blow your mind away. And I just want you to Google search it. I want you to research it that way. I want you to read up once again, on all the references I have many articles to support all this in so many ways. And actually, it can only be rebuilt by the natural things that you can do. There is no medication. That's why you don't hear about this. So here we go. Let's take a little picture of it. If you think about this, I want you to look at graph D, okay? And if you go over to the bottom right, you can see EC. That's the endothelial cells. That's the layer of cells that protect before you can get into the vascular system. But you see GCX, the glycocalyx. It looks like there's a layer of protection. And you can see in graph A where it's a bunch of proteins and other things. Then you can see, if you look at B, is the circular vascular artery, and you can see the glycocalyx on there. And over on C, you can see this faint layer above the endothelial cells. That means there's a protective layer above the endothelial cells. And therefore, let's see what it does physiologically. The cell surface attached extracellular glycocalyx layer is a major contributor to endothelial cell function. Ooh, I love that right there, guys. And endothelial-dependent vascular health, and its first line of defense against vascular disease, including atherosclerosis. Hold the phone. Come right back to me, Aiden, on this one. It's the number one, once again, protector, first line of defense against vascular disease, including atherosclerosis. So all years, atherosclerosis, lipids. Well, tell me about the first line of defense. Tell me about the things that give us a barrier. For example, would I be massively concerned? And I want to take a little commercial break here. I want to welcome Tom to our team. The guy's been absolutely amazing this week. It's first week, he didn't quit. Okay, that's the best part. I push people hard. And Aiden is an amazing team. Aiden is an amazing manager here and runs the whole video production team, graphics, videos, and stuff like that. And it's kind of neat because, once again, as we're putting all this stuff together, I say, listen, I said, give credit for what credit's due this way. But let's say Tom was working here and he was doing great stuff in the studio, and all of a sudden he got a really long cut on his arm and cut through his barriers and left his vessels actually exposed to the air. You want to say something? I'm going to say, Aiden, get him to the hospital as quickly as possible. Go to those wonderful surgeons over there. Stitch him up, because you know why? His first line of defense to all these microbials in this room is gone. And we don't want Tom to die. He's been doing a good job this week. We want to keep him around, okay? So what we want to do is this, we want to actually make sure that major line of defense is perfect, so therefore he's not just damaged by just normal bacteria that could be detrimental that once that first line of defense is gone. So you look at atherosclerosis. I mean, let's put that up again. Just look at it this way. The end of the second sentence. It's the first line of defense against vascular disease, including atherosclerosis. Here we highlight our findings regarding the 3 extracellular glycocalyx dependent epithelial cell functions, which is altered when GCX is shed. And in atherosclerosis, we discussed why the glycocalyx is a viable option for the prevention and treatment of atherosclerosis. So think about it this way. If it's gone, what if we rebuild it back up? You're actually more protected. But let's go on. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I want to just read the part into the part, and then you can go back to your reference notes because it's absolutely amazing. The glycocalyx and endothelial cell activations such as a barrier and filtration functions, active cell-to-cell communications, and vascular tomeation contribute to the function of the entire vascular wall, okay? In the vessel regions and bifurcation sites exhibiting breakdown of the glycocalyx. But here's the important part. This glycocalyx degradation allows increased lipid flux and therefore promotes lipid deposits in the vessel walls. Hold the phone, gotta come back to me again, Aiden. The lipid hypothesis is only valid if the glycocalyx is reduced. So this concept that your liver is producing bad stuff for your heart, and if you have LDL circulating at a high level, you're gonna have heart disease. Actually, do you understand? As you get older, there's more research show that if you have higher LDL, you survive longer, you have better cognitive function, everything like that. But I'd be scared too if I actually had damaged vessels and LDL floating through my system. Because you know why? You took the first line of defense, like Tom having that big old cut in his arm, and bacteria just flowing by. They're gonna go right in, infection, probably will end up dying. Well, so therefore, was it the lipids that your body produces and LDL proteins to circulate, or was there damage previous done? And see, let's go back to here. Allows increased lipid flux and therefore promotes lipid deposits in the vessel walls, a hallmark of atherosclerosis. A hallmark of atherosclerosis. And then it goes right through the rest of the mechanism, but let's keep going on. And as you go down to the bottom, once again, nitric oxide is used as the vasodilator, keeping the integrity of this doing well, okay? And if we look at atherosclerosis etiology, it talks about it. It's a chronic arterial vessel disease characterized by the accumulation of plaque and other substance rubs. I put that in there to give you an idea what happens in forms and blood flow disruption and thing going down, but I want you to come right here. If we take a look, dysfunction of the flow-sensitive vascular protective endothelial is the first step of vascular process. Hold the phone, let's take a look at that again. Dysfunction of the flow-sensitive vascular protective endothelial is the first step in atherosclerosis process. It's not LDL, it's not HDL, it's not VLDL. There has to be a breakdown of integrity. Just like my hose, that actually I didn't take care of the hose properly. I didn't clear out all the water, and then all of a sudden, guess what happens? The water froze, it expanded, damaged the interior, and I sprung a leak. The endothelial, let's take a sentence. The endothelium is the innermost cell layer of the arterial wall, and therefore lies the crucial interface between blood and vascular tissue compartments. But here it is. Endothelium dysfunction permits LDL and its ApoB to leave the blood component and accumulate in the subendothelial space. See, damage had to happen first. Now, smoking, high blood pressure, but especially blood sugar, high blood sugar, is one of the biggest contributors to vascular damage. Oh, and you wonder why we do the no sugar challenge. Trying to keep our blood sugar between 80 and 90 on your fasting glucose, trying to keep your hemoglobin C down. So you can read the rest of the research article from that thing that way. I just wanted to show you the fact that this is so well documented. So I tell people is this. So when they go and they're always checking you for what's your cholesterol panel, what's your cholesterol panel, what's your cholesterol panel, I'm like, okay, I have no problem getting that checked. I get mine checked every year that way and stuff. It's very important because you know why? If I have damage to the glycocalyx, yeah, then I believe the lipid hypothesis has some contributing factors. So instead of actually restoring that back, they say, well, we assume it's damaged because all these things happen. I don't even disagree with that. I really don't. But think about all the things you've never heard of to be taken care of in order for to do it. Oh, Doc, you guys are demonizing sugar. No, I'm not. Sugar is something that we need and our body runs really well off of that way. But the overconsumption of sugar for 2 hours at a time, having high blood sugar, can really lead to some cardiovascular and vessel problems that now lipid hypothesis becomes very common. So why can't we sit down and say, hey, you need to reduce your sugar. We need to keep between 80 and 90. We need your glycocalyx to stay nice and thick so then as you have things happen by cutting your finger and LDL needs to go up and you start recirculating more LDL that you're not going to develop more plaque or even plaque itself. See, but can it be detected? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Detection. This is 2024 surgery. detection of glycocalyx degradation in real time. See, what happens is this. There's wonderful things that they can do that way. Why aren't we spending money on this? So I'm hoping with MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, that these are the procedures we need to do. Because you know why? But you know why this procedure is not done? It's because it would have to now turn around and look at the person and say, your behavior has led to why this has been some degeneration. And therefore now, you can't blame your grandpa, you can't blame your grandma, can't blame your mom, can't blame your dad. It's you, and now you need to do the things in order to now rebuild this. But now you should be scared about a lipid hypothesis because there's degradation to it, and you're gonna leave your arterial walls more susceptible for vascular damage and build up a plaque and foam cells and immune cells and actually calcium buildup and having plaque like crazy. And that can continue to atherosclerosis. See, I didn't talk about any medication. I didn't talk about giving you a drug that you have to stay on the rest of your life. That's bad for business. And that's why it's not even part of medicine itself. So here's the next question. And this is why the wellness way is known as health restoration clinics. Can it be restored? Oh, yes. Endothelial glycocalyx preservation, impacting nutrition and lifestyle. So what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to give you the things that you want to do on a regular basis. And you can actually keep this wonderful layer for all vessels, including cardiovascular. And then there's some imaging and other things that you should be doing on a regular basis that you have to do at the hospital. And there's wonderful doctors out there doing on a regular basis. You just walk in even to the hospital and get it done. But let's take a look at some of these things. Number one, how do I support the glycocalyx? Number one, reduce your sugar intake. Number two, nitric oxide. Okay, I can tell you, and that's what we talked about in the research today, nitric oxide helps maintain, build up, and restore your glycocalyx. One of my dear friends, the number one nitric oxide expert in the world, I have it on the TW Plus, you'll see my interview with him, Nathan Bryan, he's a PhD researcher, amazing man. He still even makes drugs, you know what I'm saying? He makes pharmaceutical drugs, he does everything. He's a wonderful scientist. I know him quite well. I speak to him on a regular basis. He's taught our seminars. He's on our platform. He's on our platform teaching our doctors that way. As he was trying to come up for certain medications, he actually found a natural way to help produce nitric oxide. You know, my son-in-law, Devin, is here right now, and no joke, we're gonna be working out here, you know, after the show and hanging out with all the crew that's here, and we'll work out after that way. And we took some things to help build up our nitric oxide, and he created this product. Once again, it's called right here, it's called Neo 40. Healthy blood pressure levels, cardiovascular and heart health, healthy arterial function, because it's all based on the glycocalyx to make sure it maintains that way, and everybody does it. Can you get that on our website? Absolutely. Can you buy it? Yes. Research Dr. Nathan Bryan. I've known him for probably 15 years, because when I was trying to make sure that we had things that were cardiovascular healthy, when he created his product that way, I was like, okay, this is something we need to have and do, and it's absolutely fantastic. Do I take it every day? Yes. As you guys know, I do take things. You say, now, Doc, is there anything wrong with your heart? Well, not according to my calcium score. It's my lab. It's my lab. You look, very low risk. I came back as 0. 0. This is my lab. Yep. Went down to wonderful Bellin Hospital, wonderful doctors down there and everything like that. I have to tell you a funny story though. So I went there, and obviously, you know, I have kind of a reputation. And I will tell you this, guys, I could give 2 shits about my reputation, honestly, because you know this just in politics alone. 45% of people will always be Democrats, 45% of people will always be Republicans, about 10% are undecided, and that's why you hear about swing states and some of that. Do you know no matter how kind or nice of an individual you are, guess what happens? Not everybody likes you. Do you like everybody that you meet? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? And so, and my point of bringing up that kind of analogy is this, is I actually am very tough on the medical system because of they've overstepped. There's a lot of corruption where we see this all the time. We saw this with COVID, everything like that. But there's also the flip side. There's wonderful doctors there who do wonderful things. So I went to Bellin Hospital, and the lady behind the counter recognized me. She watches my videos. And she's like, and she looked at me kind of funny. She goes, "You're Dr. Flynn?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna get a calcium score done." And she's like, "Oh," because she thought maybe something was wrong. And stuff, I'm like, "Nope, you guys have great diagnostic capability here. I love imaging. I can't do it even legally. My chiropractor does not allow me to do, CTs and stuff that way. So I'm going to come to your facility and get it done. There's things to do all the time. I just went to my biological dentist, got ozone down my teeth, one thing of that. I can't do that. You understand? They're fantastic. I go to a lot of professionals. The Wellness Way has a very unique approach to a lot of things. And that's why, believe it or not, I'm very excited to announce this. We are moving Nicole, and we started a whole thing called Eden. Well, she did. And stuff like that, because you know why? Because with her nurse practitioner degree, she's going to do more integrated things focused on cancer. And she's starting a whole new process called Eden. And once again, it's another step in evolution, because if you have cancer, someone comes in, I'll say, hey, you may have had some things. I'm going to support your body, do some things. I'm going to send you Nicole over here, and you're going to go to Eden and have a wonderful process. Because once again, there's things that the Wellness Way does that are absolutely life-changing. But we don't have all the answers for stuff like that. We have answers for a lot of things. And just like Nicole's going to have an answer for a lot of things, everything, absolutely not. Just like, for example, if Tom had that big cut, both Nicole and I would send him to the hospital as quickly as possible and hope that a wonderful person could stitch him back up, make sure he doesn't have any infections and die. See, you just have to know what to do and when to do. But medicine says, we're the gatekeepers of all healthcare. No, you're not. You're horrible at it. You don't believe me? Look at the stats. $4.7 trillion for this year spending on healthcare that way. And everybody's pretty bad. So that's why it doesn't work well, okay? So the idea is this, so I go there on a regular basis to make sure I get my MG done, some of that, to make sure this way. Because remember, do we have a family history? Yeah, but guess what happens? My grandparents smoked, they did bad things, they ate crap, some of this, processed food and everything. So of course, their glycocalyx beat down, atherosclerosis. I understand that they'd be scared about lipids that way. But see, I don't fear those things because of what we do and what we know. Now, let's look at the other things that we can continue to do. So important is vitamin D. So important, number 3. It's important, guys. I can honestly tell you, if you're not taking some form of vitamin D through the winter, and if you're not making sure your levels are above 50 on your blood work, above 70 if you have autoimmune, even close to 100 if you have a really bad autoimmune disease, you're missing the boat. Omega-3s, cod liver oil. Man, I love that stuff like crazy. I even love eating cod livers itself to get the wonderful protein aspect. Yes, I know bone broth and collagen, they say, well, it's not good for muscle protein synthesis. I totally agree. I don't take bone broth or collagen for muscle protein synthesis. I believe you need other good proteins, including whey, and I know a lot of people freak out about whey. I think whey is great if it's done with really well, with good organic sourcing and good processing. Because remember, everything has a process. It's just you don't want ultra processed. So I do believe in whey protein and stuff like that. I know a lot of people freak out, but something I do well with dairy myself. Glucosamine and chondroitin sulfate. Enough sleep, and this is where the Mediterranean diet had some positive effect on cardiovascular disease. People say, the Mediterranean diet is great for your heart. Okay, how? How? What does it do? Because it's loaded with omega-3s, and that's why it's good to help rebuild the glycocalyx. Okay, so take a look at this. I'm gonna leave this up for a second. Reduce your sugar intake. Get forms of nitric oxide. Eat beets. Eat beets, guys. Beets are amazing for nitric oxide. Take vitamin D3, cod liver oil. Get some bone broth. Drink some collagen shake. Glucosamine and chondroitin sulfate. There's supplements for it. Enough sleep. Oh man, I can't say enough. And if you want to do some Mediterranean diet that way. See, these are all behaviors that lead to the buildup of the glycocalyx, which now gives you a blanket of protection of all the vessels, all the cardiovascular vessels, all the vessels through your body, and see what it does. And that's why when people say, high cholesterol damages your arteries. No, there's barriers for that to even get there. But if you, from bad habits and things that stress out your body, start to reduce that, yeah, you're susceptible to the lipid hypothesis. And that's all it is, lipid hypothesis. And what they do is they show plaquing stuff. They say, look it! I'm like, well, there's also calcium. Is there a calcium hypothesis? There's also immune cells, macrophage dendritic cells. Do we get rid of the immune cells? See, that's why when they mislead you guys, they take one thing and they micro-analysis and don't realize there's a macro aspect to it that way. But here on a different perspective, here at the Wellness Way, here with my leadership, you always get that perspective that goes, So now take that to your doctor and ask him, what can you do for me to help build my glycocalyx? He'll look at you like, you must go the Wellness Way. That being said, guys, I love this stuff. And that's why we had great thing. And over the next couple weeks, I'm going to show you that if you do have atherosclerosis, what you can do to start to repair and start to bring that down. Oh wait, can you restore some vessel health even when you start to have atherosclerotic plaque? Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you have atherosclerotic plaque, should you be making sure your LDL stays a little bit lower? I would agree with that. But there's other ways you can do it besides taking the medication, manipulating and hurting your liver. But we'll continue that over the next couple weeks. So let's go over to our wonderful Aaron Walton, our new doctor coming, Dr. Alan Cook, and the beauty of my life, Christy Flynn.
All right, well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of new friends on Santa's list. Alan, Dr. Alan, who are you interacting with? What you got?
All right, so I've got the new patient appointments to give away. I've got 5 of them. And first one that I have is DSA Lisbury. So congratulations to you. You got a new patient. Next one is Chrissy Ritter. Congratulations, Chrissy. And then Niska Janet. Congratulations on that. Traveling _ Mama1. You got a new patient.
Sounds busy.
Yeah. And then last one is Kathleen. So congratulations, you guys.
All right, be sure to email giveaways@thewellnessway.com to claim those prizes. If you have a unique handle, please be sure to include your real name and that handle as well. So Christy, tell us about the stress bundles.
We have a lot of people interested in the bundle, of course. Surprise, surprise, it's stressful season, right?
And chocolate.
Deanna Weinreis, that's Deanna, WEINREIS @live. Joan Christensen Chiavaro, Lisa Smith, Nancy MCT86, Kelsey Lynn 079, Sue K from West Michigan, Meryl Friedman Newler, and I don't know if it's Kitty, it's KTTY Kerr. Congratulations, you will receive one of the stress bundles.
Wonderful. And I've got some new patient test reads and our 6-month care plans and our Academy winner. So,
Exciting.
yeah, so exciting. So, all right, I have Jody C., Vicki Workus, Sherry Lynn, and Scott Baker. Y'all are the recipients of new patient and test read appointments. Be sure to email us. I'm so excited for our 6-month care plans.
This is exciting.
Yes.
So what's in the 6-month care?
So the 6-month care plan includes a new patient appointment, so up to 6 consult visits, 1 test read, and 1 food education visit. So these are valued at over $3,000, y'all, and we are so excited because these winners entered for other people.
Yes.
So
giving it to people that need it.
yes,
which is
absolutely.
amazing.
So Cassie Nelson Conley, we are so excited for you to bless your friend. So excited. Be sure to email us and help us get that set up with her. And Ashley Moats for your mom. Oh, for mom, that's fabulous. So, okay.
Academy.
An Academy, we have our full tuition award. This week's winner has a small vegetable meat farm in northern Door County. And customers often come in to her to ask about natural ways to support their physical issues. She said getting the Academy Scholarship would help her learn the information to better help her own family, and it would be very helpful when trying to give advice to her customers. Offering wellness coaching would also be a great addition to their business. So that is fabulous. Congratulations, Carrie Nellis. You are the recipient of this week's Academy Tuition Award.
And
What else?
the cookbook winner. So Mary Jo Kalinowski Burt, congratulations, you will be getting a cookbook from me. And I just wanted to let everybody know, Dr. Alex, my co-author of the cookbook, and I are doing a giveaway. So how do you get involved in this? So if you didn't win a cookbook this time, but you are interested in some of this amazing thing, if you're not a current patient and you want to get an opportunity to win 12 months of care with Dr. Alex Fennelly, this is what you need to do. You need to purchase, follow, and tag. So purchase a cookbook between now and the 31st of this month. You want to follow us on Instagram at fromscratch.cookbook and find that giveaway slide, and you want to tag 2 of your friends. And that is how you can be put in for the drawing to be a winner of this amazing, amazing gift.
All right. So exciting. So
All
much.
right. Well, congratulations to all you winners. And one thing that I want you guys to understand is this, is when I started this company 26 years ago, December 27th, 1999, so 26 years ago, it was kind of crazy. My first patient that came in, and I was a poor doc. No joke. I actually saw that patient at another person's office, and I saw after hours, so I didn't interfere with their hours. And I built from there, and obviously we built an awesome national and international company with patients all over the world and stuff. And so we love doing giveaways because we know what it's like during times of need. We know what it's like that, what it's like to barely get by. You know, some of that I remember in college. I'm not joking. I remember living on $5 just for food for a week and stuff. And so that's not an over exaggeration. $5 and stuff. I put myself through college, paid for all my student loans, did everything that way. You know, it's great, and I just worked hard. But when you have a good product that brings value to people's lives, and so that's why we like to bring value to your life by giving you things. There's no catch to anything on it. It's quite simple. And if you guys that know anything about us, when I give $1,000 of product away every weekend, when it's non-Christmas season that way, it's all just to say thank you. You know, Sam, just for even sharing stuff. I can't thank you enough for sharing our information and sharing people this way. And we get millions of hits on our website every single month, and it just gets bigger and bigger. And so, and then like I said, I'm so proud of my daughter, Trinity. I was when they were talking, you know, Trinity taking these pictures. She's now our professional photographer here. She has her own company now. She works within the Wellness Way, but also she does a lot of photography outside that way and stuff. And just knowing that all this put together, I live a dream every day, sitting there going, I'm surrounded by, like Aaron said, amazing people that I could hang out and work with every day, but then have my family involved, and I have my nephews and nieces and my mom's here and things like that. It's kind of cool. And I said, and during this Christmas season, because I won't see you till after Christmas now, just understand that it's all about the people you have around you. It really is. And I'm so happy that I started a company that I get to hang out with all my friends all day long and my family. It's kind of fun. And speaking of that, once again, we're gonna put up the slide again about the book. People were texting me like crazy, where did I get the book? So I'm gonna talk about it for just 2 seconds. And remember, we're always trying to give good stuff for people to make their life better. If all you do is get this book and follow it, you don't have to be a patient, don't have to be anything that way. It's gonna be on the challenge book that way. And I would say this, I always give credit where credit is due. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Lauren. Aaron, who else contributed to the book? Aaron Krieger, Christy, who else? Anybody else that I can thank? Dr. Jason Nobles. Oh, come back here for a second. We have to say happy birthday to the Silver Fox, who on December 19th turned 50 years old. Yes, me and Jason have been together for 21 years. And it's kind of cool. And we have, he turned 50. Happy birthday to one of the greatest men that I know in my life. You're absolutely incredible. Love doing life with you every single day. 50 years old, you still look like a 20-year-old stud and stuff like that. And we still go 100 miles an hour because we're healthy. We golf all the time. We do things. We travel over the world. And happy birthday to you and your wonderful family and celebration, and Kim and Sydney and Kate and everybody. So yes, so Dr. Jason, we love you. You're awesome. So that being said, guys, we're going to now move over to our last 10%. And during the time of last 10%, what we do is we actually go just to the adp.thewellnessway.com, or you can go to TW Plus, so it should be on there. Remember, TW Plus shows us that we have all our stuff and all the interviews and stuff we talk about with Nathan Bryan and other people behind there. So Merry Christmas, but I'm hoping all you guys go over to adp.thewellnessway.com to watch last 10%, because they talk about, I usually go into vaccine issue, but we'll keep that so we don't get kicked off. So we will see you guys next week. Merry Christmas. God bless all of you. So that being said, guys, we talked about before. Remember, TW Plus, go to our TW Plus. Our subscriptions, our interviews, our uncensored comments. We talk about the most important things, especially all the bullshit that's out there. And that's pretty awesome. So, guys, remember, stay healthy, stay free. And for you guys that may be watching us, this is last weekend before Christmas. Hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas coming up next week. And then we will see you at our next last 10%. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a single video or live stream. Each week on a different perspective, we bring you the most cutting edge information on health you won't find anywhere else. For more information on this topic, please visit our website. A Different Perspective offers life-changing information and resources to share and explore. A Different Perspective is leading a health revolution.